Hi there. So, since we have no all hands planned for January, I just thought I'd post a short message to welcome you all back. I hope I find you all in good health and in good spirits. I know that we couldn't participate in all the things that we usually love to do around Christmas involving relatives, friends, family, but I must say I for one find the enforced relaxation a good thing, and I hope you did too. I just thought you'd be interested in how December finished in 2020, if you can remember that far back. Well, both assessment services and accessibility had amazing ends to the year. I have no idea how they packed that much activity and delivery into the short working month. I am sure it's going to turn out to be the highest ever December revenue month for AbilityNet. And I know that free services were busy helping customers right up until the close of business. So I'm sure that when we look back, when all the books are closed on 2020, we're going to find that it's the highest financial turnover year ever for AbilityNet. But more importantly, it's our highest ever output year. So I congratulate you all on that. So I'm writing this on December the 30th, and the news about the AstraZeneca vaccine has just been released. Fabulous news, end of the tunnel in sight for this appalling pandemic. But I'm also hearing news of growing infections, admissions and fatalities. And I think that there's still a very, very difficult January and February winter ahead for the NHS. Just before we broke up, Amy and I had a call with the DCMS about their response to disadvantaged groups in relation to COVID, and they are determined to be active in this area, and there may well be some work for us to do there as we return. Isolation and disadvantage for older and disabled people will continue even as the pandemic abates, and the need for digital empowerment will be as great as ever. But I see no reason why we can't play our part. We have the strategy, we have the skills, with the resources, we have the network. I am confident that we'll be able to deliver our promise to double our output in our 3-year cycle. Now, in assessment services, we had an amazing 2020, with the numbers of students helped way over our budget assumptions, and obviously that brought its own revenue rewards. But just as importantly, we found that delivery of the service remotely was not only possible, but for many students it was more convenient and no less effective. So I congratulate the assessment services team, the admin team and the business process team for the increased throughput that you've managed to arrange during 2020 without compromising the student experience. And I think it does put us in an ever better position with an ever more compelling proposition for whatever replaces the DSA scheme when that comes along. We're going to have to keep chipping away at that during 2021. My encouragement is that we need to find ways to work smarter, not to work any harder. I'm not sure that's possible than what happened in 2020. And also in accessibility, again, after a cracking 2020, this year brings both challenge and opportunity. The most obvious challenge is DEN's retirement from AbilityNet in the summer. No one underestimates the value that DEN has brought and continues to bring to this organisation. His successor, of course, will inherit a well-oiled machine, but the market is forever changing, and the accessibility practice is a very complicated beast end to end. I don't need to tell you guys that. Lots of challenges in 2021. The good news is that the demand side is still looking very healthy. I'm delighted that Pam and Mark will be leading the sales and marketing program of activities to keep us growing in this area. Our new maturity model is available now. First paying customer already lined up to give us more feedback in this area. Mood music from HSBC, pretty positive. And in the last couple of months of last year, new demand from outside the UK emerged to further bolster the pipeline. So pretty exciting 2021, I think, in accessibility services. We learned lots in 2020 about producing compelling and successful online events. It won't surprise you to learn that the work has already begun assembling our partners and proposition for Tech for Good and for TechShare Pro in 2021, which of course we want to be bigger and better than ever. You all know that I love my numbers, so you might expect me to conclude by hitting you with some targets for 2021. I'm pretty sure that through all the preparation work in Q4, you're pretty familiar with what we're setting out to achieve. I reserve the right to put some numbers up during our all hands in February, and between now and then, of course, the SMT will meet with the board at the end of January to discuss our direction of travel. But in conclusion, let me just say that we're not short of opportunity or challenge in 2021. Every single one of us has a critical part to play in making all of that happen, and a real chance to make a difference to AbilityNet in the forthcoming year. So I know every single one of you will grab those opportunities, and we're going to have another amazing year. Thank you very much.